Do you think that BC is in jeopardy of running out of fresh water? Why or why not?
I don't think that BC is in jeopardy of running out of fresh drinking water anytime soon, due to the steps that the municipal governments are taking to reduce water shortages in the summer, i.e., water restrictions and metering of houses and their water usage. The city of Abbotsford has metered every house that is on the municipal supply with insurances that residents and more aware of how much water they are using. Metro Van and many other cities have water restrictions in place to ensure that residents are not using too much water unnecessarily, like on watering their lawn. Do you think that there is a possibility that we can stop water pollution?
Pollution in the oceans is a very serious issue that needs to be addressed now. Many parts of the oceans are becoming dead zones, devoid of the life due to pollution that has been pumped into them over years. There is also the concern that untreated sewage being dumped into the oceans as many coasts around the world. An example of this is on Vancouver Island. I think that it would be possible to stop water pollution being put into the oceans, but I think it would be a worldwide commitment, and I feel as though it would take many years to accomplish. What do you think the biggest cause of water shortages around the world is?
Reasons for water shortages are varied. This includes climate change, overpopulation, overuse, and pollution. Climate change can cause many areas to be flooded, while other areas will have issues with drought. The areas that are impacted by droughts will have trouble keeping their reservoirs full enough to fully satisfy the residents of the area. Overpopulation will lead to more people needing access to water, which could put a strain on the existing water supply. Overuse will put a strain on water supply to a point where the reservoirs may not be fully restore themselves, though the processes of rain and snow. Pollution will cause water sources to become unusable unless they are treated by many municipalities. This is an expensive process. Do you think that more and more rivers will dry up due to the growth of our population? Why?
This is a very real possibility. With an increase in population comes to an increase of water usage. If governments do not take proper steps and precautions for water conservation, rivers may continue to dry up because it is overusing.
Why is water conservation so important?
Water conservation is so important because everyone needs water. We are lucky in BC because we have access to so much clean water, unlike places in Africa, which have shortages in clean water. Is there an area in the world that you feel is at its greatest risk of losing their fresh water supply?
The Tigris and the Euphrates River system that runs through Turkey, Syria, and Iraq has the much contention over the years due to the countries disagreeing on how much of the water should be allocated to each country. If this contention continues, it could become an issue of how much water is able to meet the mouth of the river. Also, the Colorado River, as its years to come, the United States and Mexico must work together to ensure that everyone is taking their equal share of water from the Colorado River and basin.
The two countries that are going to be faced with issues going forward, such as climate change and population growth. With changing climates and growing populations, relations will be strained if there are no actions that take proper allocations of the water supply from the Colorado River. Mexico's water supply will continue to be threatened, and their citizens may face a future with availability from the Colorado River. Due to this, it is vital that new agreements and new treaties are enacted to further protect Mexico's water. Water quantity and water quality issues must be discussed and agreed upon the sake for Mexican citizens. If these issues are not discussed in the near future, they may be an addition to the already strained international relations between Mexico and the United States of America.